up? What up? Are we on live? Hello, friends. Hey, Justice Warriors, how are you guys? I'm so happy to see you. Please say hello in the chat if you can hear me. I know a couple of my regular mods said that they were going to be able to mod, and I don't see anybody yet. I feel very all alone, but I'll go ahead and get started with the regular stuff. Please make sure you're still subscribed. Annie Ruler, you rock. When you're the first one to say hello, I know it's going to be a hell of a ride. And really, I got to be straight up with you guys because I always am, right? I feel like I have nothing planned. I have my page full of notes, but I was reviewing it, and some of them I wrote this morning. So I was like, that was so long ago. I don't even remember. So anyway, I'm cool with it. I just like to be completely frank. Like, yeah, I've got no show. I'm just here. I'm just here to like test drive my new laptop. Actually, I do have a show, but that's kind of how I feel all the time when I come on. And I think right now, being that I'm on a bit of a Christmas break and just doing a lot with yoga, and I don't know if you guys can hear the kids banging around in the background. Ah, kids. Anyway, please make sure you're still subscribed and share the video if you like it. Turn on your bell to notify you when I do my surprise lives. And what else? Please hit that creepy thumb for the like button. So Jade Hunter, Sherry Driftaway, I can't believe you guys are all here with me. Seriously, thank you so much. Like, you guys really boost the chances of it being a decent live, right? Okay, holy crap, you guys. I got a lot of gardening done today, and I listened and participated in Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G. I think her live might have been 7, 8, or even 9 hours. I don't know. I haven't gone back to check, but it was hella long, and I was there. I think I came in maybe just like 10 minutes after it started, and I was there all the way to the end. And I got so much caught up out in the garden. It was amazing. And, I'm so glad I caught it because I would never be able to go back and watch that. And it was awesome. There was a lot of good material in it. I'll tell you guys about it. I'll do like a reaction. And Phantom Grower, it's been a while. Bob Dylan Hurricane Song equals BK. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Jade Hunter says we. Mark Molina, good morning, everyone. Is it 11 a.m. already? You're so cute. Always with the funny. I love to laugh, so thank you. Came in the middle, but listened all the way through from then to Mrs. G. So, yeah, let me take a drink real quick. It's crazy how thirsty I get when I talk these last few days. I think it's real dry winter air. Anyway, the thing with Mrs. G's, oh, I'm on live. Need your email, Jade Hunter. It is justiceatooz@gmail.com. And if I went too fast for you, it's also in the description of my channel. So justiceatooz@gmail.com. What was I talking about? Something about something. Mrs. G's video. So she was doing sort of a reaction or what she calls, I don't know if it's like reconciliation or I think a reckoning of the video that MC Ultra made the night before or just last night, right? So it was probably a 3 hour live that MC did. And yeah, I would never be able to listen to that for a minute. But, when Shan's playing it and talking, or Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, playing it and talking, I can handle that because, it's palatable. I mean, crazy. So she kept interjecting, and that 3 hours turned into 9 hours. And it was really well worth it, in my opinion. Mark was there. I don't know who else was there. I wasn't looking at the chat that much because I was getting so much done in the gardens. But I did participate in the chat a great deal when I could take a break. Um, LOL, Mrs. G makes me listen to that, or I never would. Exactly, exactly. So that was so long, so long. And she used a word that I was planning on using today. So I thought it was really interesting. The word is dignity. Where is Kiely's dignity? And this morning I watched an amazing 2020 about a man who spent 10 or 11 years in jail, like his entire 20s, for possession of a controlled substance. And so it's not like he was wrongfully imprisoned, but it's a pretty long sentence for possession. It wasn't even distribution. Anyway, he's black and he comes from a long lineage of family members going to prison. And he was very, what's the word, mild mannered and forthright. I want to say educated, but not formally educated, just really mindful of what he has experienced and what he sees around him. So he was really able to talk about how the system is designed to keep certain people in these situations, right? And he used all of his time and energy in jail, in prison, painting. And he's a master artist. Did I write his name down or did I? I'll put it in the link, of course. I always do. I think it was a real recent 2020. Anyway, um, it was so transformative, and just watching his relationship to the art, the relationship to the people in his life, the relationship to himself, really. It was truly inspiring. So he said it was that there's traps in the system for certain stereotypes. This is something I wrote down a quote. Um, it's like a setup, and it's like when he went to prison, he said it was like being on an auction block. I didn't know that in a situation like that, you kind of get sent to an auction block, and different prisons from around our country will, I don't know, bid on you or try to get you to go to their prison. I don't know. I've never been in a situation like that, never talked to anybody in a situation like that. Um, but yeah, he said the relationship to your creation, it really doesn't matter what others think. And I love that. It really doesn't matter what other people think about your art, about your life, about your content. I think it's so important to pay attention to that. It matters what you think, and it's your baby. So just do your thing. There's always going to be critics. I know I criticize other channels, I know other channels criticize me. And that's par for the course. You have to thicken your skin, right, Shan? Right, Mark? And I'm sure all of you guys know this from real life experience. You just have to thicken your skin and do your thing. And when people are giving you good feedback, even if it's difficult to hear, that's helpful. And if people are being jerks, it's pretty much never helpful, in my opinion. If people are being kind, that's really nice. But you're gonna get a mix, and you just have to know to not take it personally, and just to trust your instinct, trust your intuition, continue with what you've set out to do. And I'm so glad that I learned this at an early age as a jewelry designer, and traveling around the country and selling at galleries and selling at exhibitions. And you do deal with a lot of rejection, you do deal with a lot of criticism, You do get a lot of accolades and compliments and all of that, but you just can't let any of it get to you, even the nice stuff. But, I'll take the nice stuff. Anyway, I want to stay caught up. What am I missing or what did I miss? JR Nana Boomer. I know I always want to say that when I come into a live. What happened? So this was just a 2020 that I watched this morning about a fella who spent 11 years in jail. Hi, just came in. Happy I caught you. Oh, I'm so happy you guys are all here. This is lovely. Hello, hello. Was that in California? Jade Hunter? Oh, I have to think. It was all the way back to this morning. What state was he in? No, he was in Atlanta. He was in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where he started. Um, and like I said, I will definitely put the information, his name and the 2020 episode into the description. I should have had it written down. Let me check and see if I might. Yeah, I don't think I do. I try to write stuff down for you guys and for me. It makes everything go smoother. Let's see. Hi, Drift Away. Did you see Leave the World Behind? No, I've not seen Leave the World Behind, but that lyric is from Everclear, Santa Monica. Great song. Excellent song. I'll put that in the links too in the description. Um, so yeah, I'm curious about that. Leave the World Behind. Good evening, Shan. Aldous Huxley, Brave New World book. Not sure. That's a book I haven't read, Brave New World. I know it's a real popular one. Um, are you alive tonight, Diane? That didn't come out right. That's a little awkward. I hope so. I hope we all are. And there, let me pin that. So I'm so happy that I have a laptop and I can pin things. I don't know if the sound. Dang it. I should probably start over. I bet the sound was sucky AF. Is it better now? I'm so sorry, you guys. Could you hear me at all? Because it was like down on the ground and all twisted up. Too ridiculous. There's so many things to remember, which is why I'm trying to continue with keeping a rhythm, coming on live each day, just to stick with the program. Let's see. So, are you alive tonight? The Art Basil Banana, Phantom Grower, the Obama End of the World film. Not till Friday with Fee being on holiday. Yeah, and being a single mama. I've been spending time with him and working on artwork for shirts. Hey, hey, hey. Just wondering, thank you. Real diamond versus lab diamond. I want a shirt too. A man went into my wife-in-law's yoga studio tonight, exposed himself. X and I drove over, got out to see Perv nearby. X chased after him. I got into the middle of the brawl that ensued, and I have a black eye. Holy kaboli, JR Nana Boomer. That's a little too much drama. I hope you guys called the police, and I hope you that he got arrested. That's creepy AF. Yeah, the yoga studio that I go to, the door is always locked. In this day and age, you just have to have that. And everyone checks in when they walk in. So you're going to come face to face with a person when you walk in, and you have to be legit or you're out. So that's so freaky. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Wife-in-law's yoga studio. Ew. What state are you in? That sounds like a California kind of thing, not to stereotype or anything. Drifterway says, what, JR Nana? A black eye, girl? That's scary. Oh, Annie Ruler says, we heard you fine. That's great. So it really is a good mic. It works on the floor just as well. Ah, goodness. Sound was fine, but now it's excellent. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so glad to know. I've never been hit so hard in my 63 years. I'm too friggin' old for this. Yeah, yeah. Well, I told you guys my husband got jumped at work a couple of months ago, and he's been doing occupational therapy ever since, and it takes a while to recover. Yeah. Um, Not fun. Absolutely not fun. I heard you. Okay, sounds great. JR Nana, did you give one back? And my husband, I was so proud of him because he didn't fight back. He informed the suspect that he was going to tase him, and then the suspect finally stopped. And then before backup could arrive, he had him cuffed already. But he definitely used the least amount of force necessary to subdue the situation and to control the situation. And he got hurt, but I mean, I think a lot of us when we get hurt, it's like our knee jerk reaction to like hit hard, right? Hit harder. So I was very proud of him that he does not do that whole use of excessive force crap that so many do. And it was just a bummer that he got hurt. He got hurt. Um, I threw my punches, JR Nana says, but he had a fist like a rock and he got a few punches in on me. Yes, police were called, but he hasn't been caught to my knowledge. Well, I titled this video Karma's Got That Number, I think was how I phrased it. And yeah, Karma's got his number, and hopefully there's some videotape footage somewhere, some videotape surveillance footage that might have caught him, right? I love it when you spell the AF. Yes, me too. She has a little place in Palm Beach, Florida. Oh, so like Miami area. Yeah, there's a lot of violence down there. Glad you're okay, JR. I know that is so freaky. Scary. Annie Ruler says, wash your face. Good. We know where his hands were. Oh, that's disgusting. So I will give you my motherly advice, which is arnica. Arnica montana is a homeopathic remedy that you can take in a pill form, and you can also use it in like a lotion or a gel, and it is a miracle worker. It really helps you recover. It helps the pain go away. It helps the bruising like disappear really quickly. So arnica montana, you can pretty much find it at any health food store, and sometimes it's just called arnica. I could go live for a short bit tonight if y'all really want me to. Well, we do, Shan, we do, definitely. I can show off the first artwork I finished for Kiely shirts for giveaway. I'm going to try to make some this weekend. Oh, please do. Yeah, I wasn't planning on being on too long either. We're just at about 20 minutes. So I will continue with that mindset of keeping it short so that you can go on before it gets too late. If you don't mind sticking around with me, and then I'll tag team you on yours, that'd be cool. But if you need to go, I understand. It's kind of funny since it's my ex-husband's wife and he's running after this guy. Yes. Mess with me, my superpower. I become a feral cat. Yeah. Yeah. I pity the fool that messes with any of my kids. I mean, we've raised them to be so freaking street smart. And they all are trained in weaponry. So, that's not my doing. Anywho, that would be great, Diane says. I think she's talking to Shan. Phantom Grower, why the pumpkins? So it's just one pumpkin. I call it my Gabby Petito pumpkin. My sister bought it at a thrift store in the same area where Gabby Petito was living with those disgusting laundry freaks. So it could very well be made by the same person that made the one in her photographs. It could even theoretically be the same one since it was in a thrift store. But I think it might be a little bit bigger than the one that she was holding like that in her cute little photo op. Anyway, I love it. I try to put it in there when I can, just like the squirrel. Can you see the squirrel in this little window thing? I know I have a lot of like trinkets and I try to like keep it down to a dull roar, and I'm always getting ahead of myself with all my lights and cool stuff. I just can't help it. It's so much fun. All the candles and justice and the little mouse on the bridge. I mean, come on, people. Should I show you my tiniest tube of paint? Tiniest tube of paint in the world. It goes with this little art thing. You can't see it at all when I have it all the way back there, so maybe I'll set it up here and then you can admire it a little bit more if you want to zoom in. But the little thing of paint, I'm just like, put it like that. Is that so funny? You know, I kind of feel like this is my little fantasy world. And it's like when I was a kid and I watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, I always wanted to like live in that little land that the train would take him to. And so now I've accomplished my goal. Let's see. So that's why the pumpkins. So squirrels on fire. Yes, please. I'm chasing with the phone and I got a good video. Oh, cool. JR Nana kicking some butt. But I caught the second half, so it looks like X through first punch. I hate new phone. Arnica, Montana. You know, I'm so glad you shared that story, that paragraph of a story, because that's what I mean when I say that like body cams and dash cams and all camera footage is fantastic, but it's not the end all, because there's a lot you don't see and it can still be misconstrued. How do you spell arnica? She spelled it right. Patricia JR spelled it right, with ARNICA. It is the coolest stuff in the world. And with babies, you can give it to them when they're getting their shots for anything, but especially children. That's why I said like as a mother, but it's good for all of us. I face planted in May, broke nose and eye bone, face half turned black and green. Annie Ruler, I'm so sorry. Nose set $35 in Mexico, arnica cream $2, and no bruises by 2 weeks for graduation. Yeehaw! That is a story with a happy ending. Man, face planting, that sucks. That really sucks. I'm glad that you're okay and that you were, you know, that you bounced back so quick for, I guess that's probably a kid's graduation. Oh, Phantom Grower says, cute, my little arty thing. And what else do I have back there? A little tiny house that it was next to. I just have a thing for tiny. I have a thing for like columns and stuff like that. I've got a lot of passion for my home decor. I'm a junkie. I'm a home decor junkie. So it's been my thing, I guess, ever since I was a homeowner. So before owning my first home, it just wasn't something I really thought about. And then when we finally bought our first house in like the year 2003, when our first child was about 1 year old and I was pregnant with the second one. Yeah, so I got really into home decor and still into it. We're only on our second house. So, you know, and I love the gardening. And actually, the way I started with home decor was just with accents outdoors. I didn't garden at all. My mom would come over and garden for me. Even when I lived in Seattle and she lived in Ohio, she would come and she would garden for me. So I would just do like garden accents, like, you know, little statues or cool metal things. Anyway, enough about all that. Let's stay focused since we're not going to be on here long, right? Patricia Close, I think arnica. Yep, you got it. Best stuff, greasy but numbs pain and bruises, go away fast. Well, it's not always greasy, Annie Ruler. There's gels, there's creams, and the ones that I've used haven't been greasy. So, um, but yeah, also it's sometimes in massage oil. So that would be greasy. Maybe that's what you used. Amazing Annie Ruler. I wonder if there's an all night store in the neighborhood that sells it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, any kind of big, like, I don't know if you have Myers where you live, but like those big superstores that have a real health food section, like Target and Walmart, I don't think would have it. But maybe Target. I, I doubt it though. I never heard of arnica cream until Depp heard trial. Oh, I didn't hear that part of the trial. Interesting. If you want to share, tiny models are so fun. Cheers. Yeah, I love the tiny stuff. I'm a complete goofball with tiny stuff. Annie Ruler, J.R. Nana, LOL, hanging with the ex at yoga. Yeah, yeah. See, this is why you shouldn't hang with the uh, what do you call this person? Um, Wife-in-law, ex's wife, your ex-in-law, I don't know. But yeah, those relationships can get a little bit weird sometimes, but it sounds like you guys have a good connection, so that's cool. Um, in Mexico, all the little pharmacies have it. Amber Turd's attorney made it famous. Oh, that's hilarious. Uh, I mean, I don't want to get started with the Johnny Depp stuff with River Phoenix because that's like a whole um, video by itself. But yeah, with that trial, I, like many, I think, really empathized with Johnny Depp. Now I'm kind of having some second thoughts. Craziness. I love my wife in law and my ex. They are the best people in the world next to all you all. Oh, that's cute. That's so nice that you feel that way. That's awesome. That is wonderful. So nice for the kids too. Wife-in-law is a yoga instructor, has her own studio. Well, she should definitely lock the door and have cameras up and I don't know. I was going to say weapons, I mean, we all have to think about our personal safety, whether we're into true crime or not. We don't want to become true crime, right? Would you ever do cover of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds? Oh, that's cute, Phantom Grower. I can't imagine me doing that cover. So I do have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel of me doing like a Joan Armatrading song and a Red Hot Chili Peppers song. Um, I think there's one more, maybe two more. But anyway, not that I want you guys to watch them because they're pretty bad. But if you want, they're like the last two regular videos that I did that aren't lives. So, and I made the videos a couple years ago, so it's different hair and stuff like that. Anyway, and I want to do more of that, but I don't know about Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I've actually been planning on doing Rocky Raccoon. That's like my next one up, I think. I love that song. JR Nana, I think we are about to start yoga too. Oh, cute. Here, Annie Ruler. Um, I really feel like I'm rolling with my transformation into a yoga instructor. It's cool. It's wild. I wasn't expecting it. Even though I was, going to do the program, the certification, I wasn't expecting to transform into a yoga instructor. I was just thinking I'd be doing some yoga. That was about it. And Mom First Always, hello again. I like tiny bubbles. Sorry for the detour. Somewhere there's a video of me and my grandkids karaoke. You Are My Sunshine. Oh, how cute. Thank you for that. And I like the way you said sorry for the detour. So let me see what else I really wanted to share. So I started to talk about the dignity. So it was that artist that was in prison that was speaking about dignity and how he turned his pain into art. And right away, of course, I thought of Kiely and where the F is her dignity. You know, it drives me crazy when people like MC act like since she's passed away, justice is irrelevant. Like, how undignified. She was 16 years old. She passed away less than a year and a half ago. She deserves justice like anybody and everybody deserves justice. But why this town of Truckee wants to just blow over the whole thing is insane. It's absolutely insane. And the more time that passes, the more we all spend studying the case. Scammy looks so flippin' guilty. And the law enforcement looks so flippin' guilty, in my opinion. So I didn't do my disclaimer. Everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of having a conversation and hoping to learn something, hoping to be educational. All my videos are made for YouTube and it's an entertainment platform. So there we go. And I need a drink of water after all of that. Let's see. I'm going to do yoga with the bed for Matt. They have bed yoga. Very cool. So yeah, I did a yoga class today and it was quite lovely. So I did a morning class. I got up really early and did a 9 a.m. And I'm planning on doing that tomorrow and the next day. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. The new photo shopping scratches and cuts on Sammy is rotten, in my opinion. So, you know, there's so many things that she said and did. That little quote that has driven us all nuts from jump. Not this time, not this time. Like, why has that not been further explored and explained? Like, what the F was she referring to? Was she referring to there's no debate who won because someone is alive and someone isn't? I mean, that's what it makes me think, right? I'm sure I'm not the only one. Justice for Kiely. Gotta talk jazz into true crime chair yoga. Well, I've been doing a little bit of the true crime chair yoga the last couple of days. And yeah, I'm so new at it. So I would imagine as I get more fluent, that it's going to just come natural and I'm not going to be able to stop myself. So prepare. I just want to encourage everyone to be healthy, drink your water, don't kick things over, uh, getting your exercise, but most importantly, I would say the most important thing that any of us can do for our health is meditation. That's my opinion. Meditation is truly a gift that we give ourselves. I feel like doing yoga is also a gift that we give ourselves. Taking care of ourselves is a gift that we give ourselves. So I like to encourage all of us to do what's best for ourselves and longevity and health and feeling good. I mean, it's really about feeling good. You're the first, so nobody can criticize. I love that. Okay, and I missed one. Let's see. That is adorable. The first true crime yoga channel. I don't know. I might not be the first. You know, Kelly from What's the Obsession, she's a yogi. She had her own studio for 20 years. But I think the videos that she's done on her true crime channel are just yoga. I don't think she blends the two in the same video. In my opinion, SS, number one suspect, the cover up includes law enforcement. So they made her search leader over a missing persons case where they knew where she was. Makes Scammy look innocent. You know, I mean, it was so orchestrated. Yeah, namaste. It was so orchestrated. And some of it, I don't want to give them too much credit for having the foresight to do things the way they did. I think a lot of it was, to quote Shan, the accidentally on purpose. There was a lot of that accidentally on purpose stuff. But I'm really thinking that Kiely was already compromised. I've said this recently, and I know a lot of people are on that same page, that she was maybe unconscious, if not worse than that, when she arrived to Prosser, that she did not drive herself, and that Mags's story of Kiely driving her there is simply to throw off the whole chain of events that, well, if Kiely drove there, then obviously something hadn't happened to her earlier, right? Couldn't have happened before if she drove Mags there. So I don't like to think about or talk about Kiely being assaulted at that party, but I think that girls get drugged, they get roofied and assaulted at parties a lot. It's absolutely disgusting, and people need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But that's always been a suspicion of mine to some degree. I've tried to keep it at bay. I don't like that suspicion, but it's so freaking obvious. It's sort of that Occam's razor crap. Um, that happens at parties all the time, you guys. It's disgusting. It should never happen. But today in Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, the Honey Badgers chat, I put the two together for the first time about Elsa telling the story of Kiely falling into the hole, and thinking that maybe that was a story to try to explain why there might have been some of her DNA on the ground, if that was ever tested. I don't think they tested DNA for anywhere in that whole case, but maybe some blood on the ground, maybe some DNA from other people assaulting her. But to put her on the ground to preemptively explain why maybe they'd find some of Kiely's hair on the ground, on the floor of the forest there. Pine needles in Kiely's hair. Maybe that's what it was. They were afraid that her hair was, I mean, with all that long hair, if things were happening like that, then yeah, there would be hair. Wow, I hadn't even thought of that until right now. Anyway, the whole story with her falling into that hole is bizarre. And maybe that was the purpose of telling that story. So then they can say, oh, well, that's why her hair is on the ground. Okay. Outdoorsy Life says, Jazz, you have to watch Once Upon a Crime Time live. I just watched. It's crazy. They have blown up pics. I still see so many similarities to Idaho 4. Yeah, I know it's a really good channel, but it's not one that I like. I I'll leave it at that. And so I probably won't watch it. I can't keep up with the interwebs. I know none of us can, but I do my best, and I just have to be really careful and only watch things that really inspire me, and content creators that I feel like are really positive and authentic. And yeah, there's so much crapola in that Idaho 4 case. It's just like off the chain. And especially when there's nothing going on in the case, I think there's a lot that people can talk about and dramatize and kick up some dirt, stir the pot, so to speak. But tomorrow is the day they're planning on taking down the residence, the 1122 King or Queen Road residence. And yeah, I was listening to 1111. I also listened to the 365 24/7 Speaks Van Holding. So he just dropped one earlier today. The 1111 Turo, somebody in her chat was saying, I think it was Van Life Adventures, said that they went to Idaho and that they were near the residence, near the house, and that they could hear a bunch of like construction work going on inside the house. So that was weird. But you have to be so careful taking information from chat, basically. Like there's a lot of good information in people's comments, but it's not foolproof. So you want to do any vetting that you can. And just I had the experience a couple days ago where somebody was talking about Salinger and thinking that that whole person with that YouTube channel was related to JD Salinger, and I don't think they are. When I looked into it, I didn't find any potential relation. Like he had one sister, he died 13 years ago. He had two kids, a boy and a girl. His son's name was Matthew. His daughter, her name started with an M. He was in good health all the way up until he passed away. So he did a lot of yoga and meditation. And yeah, the whole thing with the Salinger and the dementia. So that was me being too willing to accept what the person was saying in the chat. And I don't think they were trying to be misleading, but they were misleading. So we all need to be very careful of that. So I might even, I feel like I need to do some damage control in that video from a couple days ago. Maybe edit parts out because I don't want the information to go out into the ether as if it's true. Let's see. I'm missing some of these. So thanks for the tip, Outdoorsy Life. I do love to know, like, when you guys point me in some directions, it's very, very valuable. F dat, where is my vape? LOL. Oh, you're talking about being healthy versus vaping and enjoying other party favors, so to speak. Jade Hunter says Mags had a job to do that was get Kiely there, then Mags checked out. Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely seems like that was her job. That was her role, and she'll live with that guilt for the rest of her life, I would think. Rules of Attraction movie, American Psycho movie, trailer reaction book. There was hair in the hole. No, I don't know that there was JR Nana Boomer, but she had such long hair, and we all are shedding hair all the time. And if she fell in that hole, then there probably would have been a few strands of her hair. If more than just falling and getting up happened on the ground, there would be even more hair. And maybe that's what the freaking parents were doing out there cleaning up. Maybe they were like finding hair and stuff. I mean, seriously, you guys, never thought about that. I mean, it certainly seems like they were out there to clean up more than just beer cans, right? I mean, 2 a.m, 4 a.m, parents going and cleaning up in the woods after their teenagers' party. No, I don't think so. That's not real life. But if they were trying to destroy evidence of something like that. So one of the reasons that I've thought that that could well be the situation is because there would be many guilty parties then, not just scammy. And if she had done something to injure Kiely, it would behoove her to have as many people involved as possible so that people won't rat her out. One of the things I thought of connecting these two cases today, you guys, is, oh, I don't want to lose my thought. What was it? Both of these cases have these rumors, I call them rumors, that these people got eliminated because they were rats, right? That they were moles. Or Kiely with that thing with, oh, maybe she shouldn't have taken the book with the names and should have kept her mouth shut, like implying that she shared some secrets and that cost her life. Hey Ara, And then we have in the Idaho 4 with the surveillance tape that I've never believed to be authentic, of Kiely and Maddie and Hoodie Guy walking from Corner Club to the grub truck, and the conversation that starts with, Maddie, what did you tell Atom? I told Atom everything. So again, making it look like they could have been retaliated against for speaking out, when it also kind of puts the blame back on the victim. Like, well, what they did caused this to happen to them. So I just thought, how weird is that both of these cases are floating these freaking theories? How weird is that? Let's see. Annie Ruler says, outdoorsy life, blown up pics of ? And Jade Hunter says, fall into hole explains bruises rumors. Annie Ruler says he is out there, but he has great staff behind him. And if you're talking about that channel, it's very polished, and I don't trust that it's just a regular channel. I think that there's something bigger behind it. Tommy Jude is out there. I'm not sure who that is. Annie Ruler, if you want to explain, please. Could BK be infatuated Christian Bale, the actor? Phantom Grower, I'm really kind of missing what you're saying. It's like, whew, I don't know. The movies that you've been mentioning, American Psycho and all of these. Yeah, I still think that BK is being set up. And especially because Einan Harsh says that he definitely did it, makes me think that, like, you're really going to believe what Einan says? That guy's sus AF. Sorry, unless you don't have your head, never mind. So Kylie's hair was found. And good evening, everyone. Hit that like button. Thank you, Ara. Man, I got all behind. Yes, she's the info they were sharing tonight. Hit. Thank you, Jade. American Psycho movie, BK, too many parallels. Zena, hit the like. Hey, harsh one. All right, could you share Jazz email in chat? I can't find it. So it's justiceatooz@gmail.com. It's at the very, very end of the description of the channel. So let's see. Harsh one. That is similar to D getting K to Moscow Mean Girls, we used to call them. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Annie Ruler. Yeah. Dylan and Bethany. Very sus. Very sus. So in the 360 Speaks Van Holding It. It's always so hard for me to come up with that name of his channel. He throws this theory out in his latest video that maybe there was no 911 call. And I was just kind of blown away. I'm like, wow, never thought of that. He could be onto something for sure. Let's see. When Scammy's Sam gonna take responsibility? Red Hot Chili Peppers, I Could Have Lied. Yeah, that was one of the songs I covered on my YouTube channel here. I love that song. It's a fun one. Who knows if there was evidence, what evidence there could be, since we don't even know if law enforcement did any evidence retrieval. We don't know if anything we were told is true. Let me look. And we are at 50 minutes, so I do want to wrap up shortly too, and so give Shan an opportunity to get on with her live. If you're still listening, Shan. Annie Ruler, CB, when someone snitches in rehab, just a guess because the stress of the secret will drive the nice kids nuts. Um, I'm behind. I just saw you were live, so I'll replay later. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. So nice to have my regular crew. You know, when I came on live the last couple of nights, I know you guys don't ever expect me to come on in the evening, and with the holidays, with Christmas, you know, I was doing like midnight lives, I think, on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. I just couldn't not do it. It's so funny. And yeah, I get so loopy this time of night. It's only 11, but yeah, my brain just really starts shutting down. Um, let's see. Truckee Way makes the community exempt from accountability. And J.R. Nana, the frat guy, said no attempt at interview. Einan claims he approached MPD, but nothing else, no written statement. Well, and remember, he's on a first name basis with the Pullman PD. They know him very well. Like he's got to be an informant, in my humble opinion. Um, if Scammy goes to rehab, not looking like it. Rachel Smith on February 27th, 23, Chief Fry asked Public Works for $129,000 to upgrade their breathalyzers. That blows. Well, you know, his wife is the treasurer of Moscow, so all the finances of the city go through her. Kind of similar to Scammy's parents and all the finances of Truckee going through them. A lot of the finances of Truckee. But Julie Fry is also the clerk of courts. That was an elected position, that she was elected into that position 5 days before the homicides last year. That's sus AF, in my opinion. Just that right there, that she was elected and then these homicides happened. And then being the clerk of courts means that she's the person who's in charge of public records requests being filled. So that's a lot of power for that. I call them a power couple, James Fry and Julie Fry, and such a conflict of interest to have the two of them working in that capacity with public records from the police department. That they shouldn't be working together closely on that stuff. That's never a good thing. Truckee Way is a sick thought for me when I think of the lodge and Kiely being stuck there. Oh, I know. It's so sad. It's so sad. You saw the very pregnant girl and her man. It's all going gang related. Yeah, J.R. Nana Boomer. Thank you for bringing her up. I've been meaning to talk about her the last day or two, and you know, haven't gotten to it, and it's so sad, so sad. Yeah, her 15-year-old brother was shot about a year and a half ago. He got into an argument with a neighbor and was shot down the street. And the last I heard is that it might be retaliation for that against her family, because her family had spoken out at court recently against the person who shot her brother. Unbelievable. Um, and yeah, her boyfriend, you know, he's had the gold teeth and stacks of cash all over his social media. It's a very, very different way of life than most of us know. Also, being Latin American and in Texas, it's just a whole different culture. When you saw the very pregnant girl and her man, it's all gang related. Her brother's murder probably told the boyfriend stay away from her, and he didn't. And they finally retaliated and put an end to the family line. So disgusting. And I guess he was found in the back seat with trigger warning, trigger alert, like it's just twisted, like without his pants on, just twisted. And then she was found in the front seat with a child seat on top of her. Horrible. The creator talking does a script on Once Upon a Crime. Um, hmm. Bed crime stories is one that I really like a lot. That is like that. It reminded me of it. Scammy needs to tell the truth for Kylie. Yeah, they do. 2 O's, yes, for the email. That's the trick, is justice ATOOZ @gmail.com. Yes, she does. Harsh, she won't. She's a pimp. Einen had an evil giggle when news lady said Kylie's face was bashed. Yeah, unrecognizable. If it was a Geisen recall to me. I don't know if that was a typo or if I just don't know what a Geisen is. Gizian. Anyway, can't stop, won't stop. Truth for Kylie. Yes. I don't trust the LE. No. Can't stop, won't stop. Cowboy butts drive you nuts. Bumper sticker off. Popcorn peanuts looking at big butts. You know I cannot keep my mouth shut. Rocking to the beat of the fabulous forum. My Lakers, I adore them. Sorry. Okay, it's getting late. I really do need to wrap it up. Squirrel says, I was just adding registration marks to my work before I convert all the layers to black for printing tomorrow. Can't stop, won't stop. K going P, then going to go live. Awesome. Yeah, I'm just going to try to get all caught up with you, check my notes, and then sign off. Squirrels on Fire, replayed your lives I missed. I've been sick, but I feel better now. Truth for Kylie, Trinity, and Dante. Yeah, I don't know that much about Dante. I want to learn more about him for sure. Who went to Reno with Kylie on the night of the 4th? Anyone? Good question, Mom First Always. Super awesome question. Seriously, that could hold the key right there. It could be when things started. Jade Hunter, Cowboys wear Wranglers, and Mom First Jaeger. Most of them, Jade. I'm going to try to watch your live, Shan. The fam actually jumped the unaliver in court. Thank you, JR Nana Boomer. Yeah. It was a ruckus. Why does Chief Fry have rosy cheeks under pressure as a medical condition or disease? Well, my cheeks are pretty rosy right now too, so I won't comment on that. Good question, Mom. Let's see. But let me tag that one. Well, did he leave to go to his home 4 hours away? The ones who were found deceased, and I think it's gang related. Sad. Photos of Tony and make me cringe. Good night, you all. Hit the like button on the way out. Scammy is a very possible a madame, and yeah. Let's see. I'll go ahead and highlight that one. And did Jaeger leave Reno before Kylie cause of going home with a 4-hour drive? Good, very, very good question. I was wondering what you were talking about with the 4-hour drive. I wasn't sure which case. And yeah, it's not 4 hours from Napa Valley to Truckee. I mean, if there's a car accident or something like that, or snow, it can be 4 hours, but it's more like 2.5, I think, depending on traffic. Good night, peace and love to all. Nobody knows much about Dante. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one, but it definitely seems like a worthy case to investigate, especially how it connects with Trinity and Kylie. And I know Shan knows a lot about Dante. I think so too, CB. Would explain MC's know of hooking dudes up with escort services numbers. Yeah. Okay. Going live. See you in a few. Okay, cool. Wrapping up. Yeah, that song, The Far Away, that Kylie sang with Crepe. I believe Conspiracy is the channel that first located it. And I just wanted to give that channel a shout out because they do a lot of good work. And I don't think I've ever given Conspiracy a shout out. I know Paula Plunder was on that song quickly too, and a lot of other channels. It spread like wildfire. But I have a feeling that that song really is Kiely turning her pain into art. And yeah, it's so important to be able to do that, especially with the real negative emotions. Death Pact Soothsayer official audio. It's looking a bit obvious when you read all scamming scum comments and the comment pics she's tagged in. Ugh, yuck. She's really skanky. Who was it that did the lovely comparison of Kiely and Scammy? I'm going to put a link to that in my description too. I'll get all those done in the next day. Um, the song is a song that has touched me so deeply, Truth for Kiely. Yeah. Yeah. I would love to even incorporate that song into my master playlist for my master yoga class. Meet you all over in Super Sleuth or Squirrel Land. All right. Michael McAllister, hello. Hello and bye. So, you guys, peace out. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you over in Shan's Live. Have a lovely night. I won't do too long of a signing off just so we can get there. Sending you light, sending you love. I appreciate you guys so much. Rachel Smith says, look like Dave Germer is in Grub Truck video too. I don't know who that is, but I'll highlight that. And again, you guys are the bomb. Thank you and see you shortly over at Squirrels. End stream. Good night.